ELO El Dorado. Just a couple of points on the group. We're doing pretty well this year, getting our volunteers lined up for CAF. We've got a number of you who have already volunteered. It's the biggest it's ever been, over 90 rooms. Yeah, this is the East Coast show. This is the reference for the East Coast show. So
yeah, it's going to be.
Also, our room is on the 6th floor. We have a room, our own room. I forget what the room number is, but anyway, we'll have there's our hospitality suite. It'll be have refreshments and stuff. Dave, I think, will be playing his speakers. We'll have a few other gadgets from some of our.
We need volunteers for that room too.
Yeah, we'll need volunteers for that room as well. But I want to make sure we had CAF covered, and then we can figure out who we switch around for that.
People who.
With regard to CAF or anything else, October briefly, we're going to be at Greg Abbott's place for VTL Siegfried demo, which I've heard them at shows, but I've never actually heard them at somebody's house. So it'll be exciting. If you don't know that amplifier, 600 watts per side. KT88, 12 KT88s, VTLs, and it's just VTL preamp too, right? Yeah. And what speakers? So that'll be October 15th, and then of course there's CAF. We are having the rummage sale. It's going to be the week after CAF because it's the only time that I could get it. We'll have a number of the used components and the rest of the stuff that we've been doing with the rummage sale. If you guys have anything you want to sell or whatever, let us know. We'll have the forms and everything. And December will be the Christmas party, probably back in Virginia, at Greg's place. So, yeah, we need more people. There's a lot of members. I mean, we have 184 members who are paid, but we don't have nearly that many on the website. And I mean, that's typical of an organization. You have a number of people don't go. But everybody can be on the website. All you have to do is just sign up for it. And, you know, if you're a member, just sign up for it. Then you can contribute on the form. There's for sale stuff on there. There's people who post, you know, stuff on there. You know, Chris writes his thing. You know, I do the, you know, album of the month and comment on the various things. But yeah, we need more of our members to be up there. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything or whatever to get on there. Just sign up for it. And it has a lot of traction, search engine issues. I've done analytics on it, like looking for gear for sale and stuff like that. And if you type that in there, I went on there and, you know, and found gear that was for sale, and I typed it in on a general Google search, and our thing would show up a lot of times within 2 to 3 pages of it, just from our site. There's something that's for sale, used, or that kind of thing. So it does have traction. There are a lot of people who read it from the outside, is what I'm saying. That you can read it from the outside, you can't contribute, but there are a lot of people that look at it. So that benefits the for sale form part of it. So the vinyl event play here is the El Dorado. This one was done this last year, right? It was this particular. This is the 33, and the third one there apparently is going to be a 45, but we don't know exactly when it's coming out. There's also an SACD version of this. It's all from the same remaster. We're giving both away upstairs. So if you're an ELO fan, you're probably familiar with El Dorado 1974, whatever. It was kind of a concept album. Did you see my little thing that I posted in the thing? They had the highest number of number 2s without having number 1s. They had 20 top 10 hits or whatever without having a number 1. ELO. Yeah, so it's a concept album. It's interesting if you've never heard it or whatever, listening to it from front to back or whatever. But it's pretty good. Had a couple of hits, and so it's from the phase of ELO that I like, that early phase where they used, you know, they mix in a lot of classical instruments and, you know, cellos and violins and you know, brass instruments or flutes and things like that.
That's why they call it orchestra.
Yeah, and progressive rock, and so it's pretty good. Previous versions of almost all the ELO stuff are not recorded very well. I mean, the original stuff, it just wasn't. It's typical of the 70s. A lot of stuff very compressed for LP, and, you know, a lot of mid-bass bloom, not much dynamics on the high end. So, you know, they're trying to work that out with going to the original masters and redoing it. So you guys can judge. All right, Jose, tell.
Yeah, we have here a very different system. Like, more audiophiles tend to build their systems from the speakers in, not detracting anything from the speakers. I think they're amazing. But here we're playing an exaggerated front end, which is consisting of the reference turntable from Sikora. That's A plus on stereophile. Not that I care. Then you have, for me, the best arm in the world. Even if Mr. Fremer says that he doesn't get it, I get it. It sounds better than anything out there because it doesn't have any external noises, bearings, or I saw the other day. There's this famous tone arm, the Kuzma. It's built with, it's like 4 points. The 4 points are actually 4 pieces of iron, and before they change it to sapphire, they would have a piece of iron in the bottom. It's like somebody getting in 4 places. The reason you get so engaged in this turntable is there's no noise. The arm is hanging. Nothing, no resistance, no nothing. Then you have what I would have to say is the best cartridge in the world, which is the Grandmaster. I'm going to tell you, the story is very simple. If you have an 003 cartridge, you can pin it out with anything you want out there. I've tried it with the top cartridges, and they won't even get close. And if we had more time, I would explain, but we'll do that on another meeting. So then I have that. Then we go straight to the Energizer. That couple is worth $60,000. The turntable is a measly 46. And the tone arm, which you're gonna believe it's 5,400, which is not bad. And I mean, this sounds unbelievable. Then we go into the Backyard Labs preamp. This is the Rhythm. They're top of the line, under $11,000, and it sounds good, and it makes a wonderful companion for the McGarry, which is McGarry. Oh yeah. It sounded familiar. I saw a name tag like that. So this is my favorite amp for the last 5 years. And this iteration, the E, even though the designer and builder says that there's not too much difference between the 1 and the E, there is a heck of a lot of difference between the 1 and the E. So it doesn't matter. You keep on building it, I keep on selling them. Not a hassle. Then you go to the NOLA Champs 3. These have been very well reviewed everywhere, which I still don't give a damn. What I like is that they sound very open and free and no hassles and stuff. They are revealing a lot of detail, so they must be doing good. So are we ready to listen? The racks. I'm sorry. This thing sounds like this because it doesn't sound like other racks. Okay? These racks are built in, what's the name of that place?
Thermont.
Huh?
Thermont.
Thermont?
Thermont.
Thermont. Okay. It's built there.
Can't
Yeah.
save it.
So they're made by Bruce. I think for me the best testament of things is that they work, and we've tried this many times, and every time that we try it, somebody sends one to be done. So it must be working somehow. And the racks, I wouldn't use anything else. They're amazing, and they're, like I said, very quiet and very reliable. So that's I think it. So are we ready for El Dorado?